brushes out there, you want to invite Siddi or Mufti Tarikul. Promotion, Mufti.
What makes the person a Mufti?
I'll answer that question. Let the Mufti answer. You get a guy called Faiaz, just say you're a Mufti in a podcast. He's a self-diagnosed Mufti. That sounds like a disease, bro.
What it's supposed to be is when a person is sufficiently qualified to provide legal rulings.
Oh dear, this is where you lost me.
Yeah, the door's out. Get out.
Why?
You could make you a
Mufti. So to what level?
So the point is, most scholars who are, have learnt and been diligent with their studies will be able to carry out what we call naql, is that you find a legal ruling and you present it to somebody because it fits their situation precisely. But the Mufti's job is when something is not explicitly mentioned, so somebody asks a question, that specific question, you cannot find it in the works of fiqh. And he has to link it to something which is similar to it. Qiyas, analogy, that kind of thing. This is the Mufti's realm essentially. Now, and yes, Mufti should be amongst the most educated people.
Yeah, that's legal. That's legal.
In the Muslim community.
So,
nowadays we have a bit of a problem.
It's called Mufti.
You're just rolling out Muftis like it's...
Yeah, it's like a conveyor belt almost, and it is a problem. In our subcontinent culture, we have this idea that somebody does a particular course and passes tests, and this person is Mufti. In my experience in Damascus, they barely use the word.
Yeah, which makes sense to be honest.
Usually like the Grand Mufti of the country, right?
Yeah, they used to have official government positions like the Grand Mufti or the Mufti of Damascus, Sham, and such things. You had those kind of official government positions, but in terms of scholars, very few scholars would be referred to as Mufti, even if they were. They just tend to call them Shaykh such and such. But also there was this understanding that you don't complete a course and you're a Mufti. You teach and you answer questions and you engage for a long time. At a particular point, your teacher or some senior sheikh or possibly a panel of them say, right, you now have the right to give fatwa.
So Siddi, what's the hierarchy? Where does sheikh come?
It depends, because these Mufti has something quite specific attached to it, which is you're issuing fatwa, whereas sheikh, some people, when it comes to the word sheikh, I believe they misunderstand, because they say, everybody's being called sheikh nowadays, this is a problem. Well, it doesn't
have an actual...
Yeah, it's. I would say to these people, tell me the precise definition of sheikh. What does it mean? It can be used for somebody who's somewhat learned, and it can be used for somebody who is incredibly learned.
So then can we be sheikhs?
I suppose you could, but the point is, the norm tends to be somebody who's spent a good deal of time studying the Islamic sciences and teaching for a good deal of time. That person tends to be referred to as sheikh. That's the norm, but it's not such a precise definition that people should be up in arms with it. Because I have come across certain people who just call anybody sheikh, and other people who will, have an issue with anybody being called sheikh. He's a sheikh. Why is he a sheikh? Why are you calling him a sheikh? He's not a sheikh. Well, why is he not a sheikh? What's your definition? No, it becomes a bit of a mess sometimes. So I don't believe people, when it comes to the word sheikh itself, I don't believe people should fixate on it so much. Mufti is a little different, because that's something much more specific. You see, there's a particular role you are fulfilling.